So what I was talking about here is, let me turn this fan off. What I was talking about here is as you're coming through here, well, not this corner, but coming up here, what you had a tendency to do is after you come in here through this apex, so you take this second apex here, and then you want to track out to the left side of the track and start heading down the straight. But what you have a tendency to do is keep turning to the right, so your car is pretty much in the center of the track, where here I'm right hugging on the left-hand line. And you have the tendency to do that out of almost every corner for whatever reason. I'm not sure what that stems from. But anyways. Through here, you kind of did the same thing. Once I start tracking out here, I want to straighten out as much as I can and just hug this left side. You're way in the center of the track here, if not on the right hand side. It looks to me like you're setting up to take the quote unquote driver's line through here, but that really only helps you when you're at a grip deficit. If you have tons of grip, the best thing to do and the quickest thing to do is just to straighten out those lines. So that corner here, let me back up. Exiting this corner and then into the next one, from about this point on, we're fine for grip until we take that right-hander. So this left-hander, we don't have to go out wide and kind of try to straighten that out. It's good enough just to stick to the left-hand side over there and get ready for coming into this apex that I'm in right now. And then we want to track out here as well. The entry in this doesn't have to be super wide. About half track here is where I am. And the reason for that is this banking. This banking really helps you make this corner anyways. And coming out here, we want to go all the way right and go straight down that curb. For whatever reason, you're getting out to the left here, just like the other corners. You're coming into the center of the track, and I'm not quite sure where that came from. This section here, you're way in the center of the track again. These corners are all really gentle. We're not struggling for grip at all. So we shouldn't be using the racing line to get through them. We should be just straightening everything out as much as we can. So once I come out here, I hug the right-hand side and just focus on accelerating as much as I can. Stay on this line here. When we're right by this area, if you're in the middle of the track, if you're a little bit over to the left than I am right now, there's actually a landmine there. You don't hit it too often, but it's there, and you kind of want to avoid that, and you can avoid that by making sure you're down this right-hand line here. Coming into this left-hand corner and the right-hand corner that follows it, we're not struggling for grip, so just straighten it out as much as you can. No reason for the traditional racing line through there, but here we need it again. Dropping a gear into sixth, and then you'll see, let me get my pedal views in view here. So I'm off it now and drop to sixth and right back on the gas again, flat out now. And the reason for that is because this banking again helps you out. So you can be flat out this whole way. You don't need to come wide. You're coming wide. I think this is actually the corner where you hug the inside. As I'm tracking out here, you're still hugging that right-hand line, and I think you're doing that because you want to be on the right-hand side of the track for this little left kink. But you don't need to. We have plenty of grip. So you want to track out all the way here. A little bit more to the left here to set up for this right-hander. As soon as I hit that apex, flat out in. Fifth gear until I passed that sign, braking hard. And here, this is where you spun out, but you looked like you were in the process of doing the same thing as before, trying to keep too far to the right. You want to come through here and track out left as much as possible, because this left-hander up here doesn't need too wide of an entry. Probably only need about halfway of the track. Yeah, I'm not even that far out. Track out right as much as you can. Braking point here is by the curb. Brake hard, hug this apex. Not everybody does, but I drop down to first here. Most people have a better time dropping only to second. But track out here as much as you can. Hit that apex and track all the way out. Come back in for this apex and track all the way out. Hugging this left-hand line here. If you can concentrate on making that change in your driving, you'll save a lot of lap time. It'll really be helpful.